Emily Dawson, a journalist with a penchant for uncovering the mysterious, found herself intrigued by the tales surrounding Crawford Manor. Situated on the outskirts of a serene town, the mansion had been abandoned for decades, its once grand facade now a haunting silhouette against the backdrop of the dense forest. One day, Emily received an intriguing letter, unsigned and cryptic, inviting her to investigate the manor. The letter hinted at untold secrets waiting to be revealed within its decrepit walls. Intrigued and determined to uncover the truth, Emily turned to Thomas Mitchell, a local historian and her trusted confidant. Over coffee in a quaint cafe, Thomas shared the dark history of Crawford Manor. Built in the 1800s by the wealthy Crawford family, the mansion had been a symbol of prosperity and grandeur. However, one fateful night, amidst a raging storm, the Crawfords mysteriously disappeared without a trace. Since then, the manor had stood empty, shrouded in unsettling rumors of ghostly apparitions and eerie phenomena that chilled the hearts of locals who dared to speak of it. The history of Crawford Manor was shrouded in darkness and speculation. Thomas's accounts spoke of the Crawfords' gradual descent into seclusion and paranoia in the months leading up to their mysterious disappearance. Once respected pillars of the community, the family became increasingly reclusive, rarely seen outside the confines of their once luxurious estate. Rumors circulated of strange occurrences within the mansion, of doors slamming shut of their own accord, of phantom footsteps echoing through empty corridors, and of chilling whispers that seemed to echo across time itself. The night the Crawfords vanished, a fierce storm had battered the countryside, its howling winds and torrential rain masking whatever fate befell the family within the walls of their ancestral home. Determined to unravel the mysteries that plagued Crawford Manor, Emily embarked on a daring expedition into the heart of the abandoned estate. Armed with a trusty flashlight and a keen sense of adventure, she set up her makeshift base in the grand foyer, where the air hung heavy with the scent of dust and decay. The silence that enveloped the mansion was deafening, broken only by the occasional creak of aging floorboards and the distant murmur of wind through cracked windows. As midnight approached, Emily's senses heightened, anticipation mingling with apprehension as she listened intently for any sign of the elusive whispers that had drawn her here. It was precisely at the stroke of midnight that Emily first heard them, a faint ethereal murmur that seemed to rise from the very walls of Crawford Manor itself. The whispers were elusive, like fragments of a long-forgotten conversation carried on a ghostly breeze. Intrigued, Emily followed the haunting melody, her footsteps echoing softly in the vast emptiness of the mansion's labyrinthine corridors. Each turn revealed another layer of mystery. Each shadow cast by her flashlight seemed to dance with secrets long kept hidden. In the dim light of the mansion's neglected library, Emily's search for answers led her to a discovery that would unravel the tangled web of Crawford Manor's secrets. A weathered, leather-bound journal belonging to Margaret Crawford, the eldest daughter of the once prominent family. The pages, yellowed with age and tinged with the scent of old parchment, chronicled Margaret's descent into fear and uncertainty as she documented the inexplicable phenomena that plagued her family's estate. Emily's fingers trembled slightly as she turned each page, immersing herself in Margaret's haunting accounts of doors that slammed shut of their own accord, of icy drafts that carried whispers of voices long silenced, and of shadows that seemed to move of their own volition. Margaret's journal became a portal to the past, a window into a world steeped in mystery and darkness. Through her words, Emily could feel the young woman's growing unease, her mounting terror as she struggled to make sense of the unexplainable. The more Emily read, the more she sensed a presence lingering just beyond the edge of her awareness, a presence that seemed to watch and wait, its intentions veiled in shadow. Seeking to piece together the puzzle of Crawford Manor's troubled history, Emily sought out Miss Harper, an elderly resident who had once called the estate home in her youth. Nestled in the warmth of Mrs. Harper's quaint cottage, Emily listened intently as the old woman's memories painted a vivid portrait of a bygone era. Mrs. Harper's eyes twinkled with nostalgia as she recounted carefree days spent playing in the sprawling gardens of the manor with Margaret and her siblings. However, beneath the surface of her reminiscences lay a darker truth, a truth marred by the gradual unraveling of the Crawford family's sanity and their descent into madness. With a voice that quivered with emotion, Mrs. Harper spoke of the family's increasing paranoia, their belief that malevolent forces lurked within the very walls they once called home. She described eerie occurrences that had become commonplace, a portrait that seemed to watch with unblinking eyes, strange symbols etched into the floor of the cellar, and whispers that echoed through the stillness of the night. As Mrs. Harper's tale unfolded, Emily sensed the weight of history pressing down upon her, a history fraught with unanswered questions and unresolved mysteries. Armed with newfound insights and a growing determination to uncover the truth, Emily ventured into the depths of Crawford Manor's cellar, a place steeped in shadows and forgotten secrets. The air grew colder as she descended into the darkness, her flashlight casting long, twisting shadows that danced upon the walls like specters in the night. Amidst cobwebs and the musty scent of damp earth, Emily discovered a hidden chamber concealed behind a false wall, its entrance obscured by years of neglect and abandonment. With trembling hands, Emily pushed aside the crumbling bricks, revealing a hidden sanctuary that had remained untouched for decades. The chamber was small and claustrophobic, its walls adorned with faded murals and symbols that pulsed with otherworldly energy. In the center of the room lay an ancient Ouija board, its wooden surface weathered by time, but still bearing the faint traces of past use. As Emily approached, a chill wind swept through the chamber, carrying with it the faint echo of distant whispers that seemed to beckon her closer. Drawn by an inexplicable force, Emily felt compelled to uncover the truth that lay buried within the Ouija board's cryptic messages. With a mixture of trepidation and resolve, she placed her fingers lightly upon the planchette and called out into the darkness, inviting the spirits that haunted Crawford Manor to make their presence known. To her astonishment, the planchette began to move of its own accord, gliding effortlessly across the board's surface as if guided by an unseen hand. Heart-pounding, Emily asked the spirits who sought her aid. The planchette spelled out a single word: help. It was followed by another: Margaret. The realization struck Emily like a bolt of lightning. The spirits trapped within Crawford Manor were pleading for release, their voices drowned out by the passage of time and the weight of untold secrets. With every passing moment, Emily felt the presence of the Crawfords growing stronger, their anguish palpable as they reached out across the divide between the living and the dead. Determined to unravel the mystery that bound the Crawfords to their restless existence, Emily enlisted Thomas's help in deciphering the cryptic messages and ancient symbols that permeated the mansion's hidden chambers. Together they pored over Margaret's journal and the dusty tomes they had unearthed in the attic, piecing together fragments of a dark ritual that had gone awry, a desperate attempt by the Crawfords to protect themselves from a malevolent force that had taken root within the mansion's walls. As they delved deeper into the arcane texts and forbidden knowledge that had been buried for centuries, Emily and Thomas uncovered the true nature of the curse that had befallen the Crawford family. It was a curse born of desperation and fear, a curse that had trapped them within a liminal space between life and death. Armed with this newfound understanding, Emily prepared herself for a final confrontation with the darkness that had plagued Crawford Manor for generations. On the third night of her investigation, Emily stood at the heart of Crawford Manor, her voice steady as she recited the ancient incantation that would hopefully break the curse and set the trapped spirits free. The air around her crackled with energy, and the walls seemed to pulse with an otherworldly light as she spoke, the words passed down through generations. Outside, the wind howled through the trees, carrying with it the faint echo of distant whispers that seemed to plead for release. As Emily completed the ritual, a powerful surge of energy swept through Crawford Manor, shaking its time-worn foundations to their core. The air filled with an ethereal glow as the spirits of the Crawford family materialized before her, their forms translucent, yet unmistakably human. Their faces bore expressions of relief and gratitude as they reached out to Emily, their voices merging into a chorus of whispers that echoed through the mansion's halls. With tears in her eyes, Emily realized that she had succeeded in freeing the Crawfords from their spectral prison, allowing them to finally find peace in the afterlife. As dawn broke over Crawford Manor, its once shadowed halls bathed in the gentle light of a new day, Emily emerged from the ancient estate weary but triumphant. She documented everything she had learned: the dark history of the Crawfords, the harrowing events that had led to their disappearance, and the powerful ritual that had ultimately set their spirits free. News of Emily's bravery and the miraculous events that had unfolded within Crawford Manor spread throughout the town like wildfire, sparking conversations and debates among the townsfolk who had long feared the mansion's haunted reputation. Crawford Manor, once a symbol of fear and mystery, now stood as a testament to Emily's courage and the enduring power of the human spirit. With each passing day, the memory of the Crawfords and their tragic fate faded into legend, their story preserved in the annals of local history as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Emily herself became a figure of admiration and respect, her name forever intertwined with the legacy of Crawford Manor and the souls she had helped to set free.